it really well. I do want to backtrack a little bit to the Buffalo show.
Yes.
As to I'm also going forward a little bit. As to that was the last time I remember seeing Mark was at the Buffalo show. Because he came down the hill, whipped out a folding chair, and sat down and supported the bands. Did we see him after that?
I don't think so.
I don't think we did.
I don't think so.
But I remember a lot, even then, a lot of the bands saying, yeah, we get the just support between Dan supporting them and Mark, and he's like, Mark was always there to support everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
And I remember seeing him at so many shows. Just
now
as I look back on it.
Once we kind of put two and two together, like name that face, that guy, I now remember seeing him at a ton of shows.
I mean, I only talked to him very mildly a couple of times. I know once at North Star, we were up in the corner, like by the door. There's those booths there. But but not a whole lot. But yeah, just the support that we have, like, not just for the big bands like War and stuff, but like the local support of everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
Wow, and I never was knowing much of that side of things until I started hanging out with you. But yeah, it just really was cool. But yeah, so that show was really cool. But yeah, but I mean, even freaking freezing cold, Mark was there with that.
Oh, absolutely.
About the chair and sit down which that's a genius idea. Bring your own folding chair.
Oh, absolutely.
I do drive around with the 5 camp chairs on a daily basis. So just a little like this, but I am prepared. If anybody needs a camp chair, I've got my car. A lot of everything else you probably need. But yeah. So done with the Guar.
Yeah.
They did have really good merch, all 3 bands for that show, though.
Yeah.
They had a good variety of merch, and then they had like signed this and Touch the Cthulhu for $1 and this and that.
Yeah, and then John Goblin was taking pictures afterwards, and
so
I think
they all had real good merch.
They all had really good merch, and I think most, at least after the sets, I think at least 1 or 2 band members were actually at the merch table.
Yeah.
Which is odd to see at a bigger show like that, at a national show.
They really
it wasn't like a stadium show. It wasn't like when we went and saw Slipknot. And you wouldn't expect like Corey Taylor to come to the merch
Oh my God.
If he did,
you want to cause a freaking riot. Holy crap.
But
even I would be wanting to run up there, and I'm usually smart enough to know to not. But
even I would be like, come on.
You can have that side of Corey, and I'll have that side of Corey. Let's share him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a way to start a riot.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I look back, they had good, like, I looked at, they had artwork, they had like vinyl, like we said.
Yeah.
I think they had cassette tapes too. At least, I think Necrogoblicon at least had cassette
I believe tapes. They did, yeah. They had a bunch of stuff on their table that I kind of glazed over. Like I saw like some of the sticker packs, and they had like a tip jar and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a bunch.
Oh, that's
of
right. Necrogoblin. We got the sticker packs.
Yeah.
So I'm like badass stickers. I'm like, we need some stickers. Man, that was. They did have good merch at that show, because we're always talking about merch. You need to give us T-shirts. You need to give us real CDs. Well,
real CDs.
I even had a freaking vinyl that day.
Yeah.
So like that was awesome. So
that we had to maneuver for the rest of the show.
Totally worth it. Totally.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I just had to mention that because it just appeared in my mind. But
Oh, and since we're talking about merch. This year was, of course, the year I discovered or started actually ordering from Blackcraft.
Oh, yeah.
Which we first saw at the Slipknot show.
That's
they,
right.
They had a booth. And we got,
and you were like, I know you.
Yeah, because I've seen, you're invading my Facebook page, and you always have the boxes, the mystery boxes.
Yeah.
And so, that show was in, April? I believe.
Slipknot, I think so.
Yeah, beginning of April. Yeah. And
you've had 3 boxes since then at least? You had a bat and a rose and a
the love hate one, the Bat one, the Cat one, the Salem one. So,
okay, so
4 boxes and at least 2 or 3 or 4 additional T-shirts plus the sweatshirt that we got at the Slipknot show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm. That's a new.
Yeah, that's
not going to say addiction, but
a new
but they've got really cool stuff.
collection.
A new collection.
Yeah.
And I know, I've seen a lot of other bands, especially in older videos, supporting Blackcraft stuff.
Okay.
So I don't feel as bad.
Yeah. Well, so everybody's got to start and have their. I'm sure she's worked her way up. It's not like you just have a fan base that poof. So, yeah. But yeah, that was an amazing show. That's definitely a memory maker right there.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
That is
yeah,
absolutely a memory maker. Okay, and then we had for the Halloween business.
Yes.
And then Karen and Scott went to this with us.
Yeah.
So that was really fun.
So that was fun.
Yep.
We started out going to Spirit Halloween.
Oh yes, because
to figure out some sort of costumes.
Well,
mainly for me, you mostly had yours.
Well, I have a collection of things because I'm a weirdo. So,
So yeah, I mean that was my first time in a Spirit Halloween. A, in quite a while. B, Halloween weekend.
Yeah. Oh, that
so it was kind of nuts.
It was nuts.
But yeah, we got.
It wasn't too bad considering how busy it really was.
Yeah.
I'm like, it really wasn't. I thought we were going to be in line waiting to pay forever, but it actually wasn't that bad.
Their checkout, they had like 4 people for registers going.
Yeah.
They were very efficient in their checking out, which I.
But yet, I didn't feel really rushed. Either.
No, they did it. They did it right.
I mean, they still managed to sell us one of the bracelets for the children's thing, and like.
Yeah, I mean, it was calm.
They didn't.
But it was efficient.
Yes.
Like it was.
Exactly.
It was like almost like a perfect checkout.
That was really
I was really
good.
impressed.
It was nice.
And so that was up in Grand Casino, Hinkley.
That was the Hinkley one.
The Hinkley show. Menace are playing. Our friends Menace.
Rival House.
At the Rival House, which is a nice little spot.
Kind of a little fun, actually. I would see another show there because they have the pool tables and they have like a little bowling alley in there. And
like, all kinds of stuff in the back. Yeah, that was very cool.
The skee ball too, didn't they?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of fun. I haven't really been to that place yet.
Yeah, and a nice bar and tables, good sized dance floor.
Yeah, nice dance floor.
Nice stage. Good lights, good sound.
Yep.
Recommend that too.
And Chris, was it Chris? Proposed to his gal.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was cute.
So that was cool.
That was very cute.
But as both of us talked about, Menace seemed a little bit off that night.
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little something there. I don't know if it was just maybe they were just tired or
could have been, or I don't know, or maybe it was just.
Because was that a Friday night? Or was that a Saturday night? I can't remember. It might have been Saturday.
I think that was a Saturday.
Yeah, it did seem a little slightly.
And then, I mean, I
not as crunk as they usually they're a little more like a little wilder, like I don't know, but it still was a very good show.
Yeah, the energy was a little bit low, but still, an excellent. Yeah, that was a Saturday.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, still excellent. I mean, you had Adam as He-Man. You can't argue with that.
That was something.
And of course, Kim is She-Ra.
We're like, well, what's Kim gonna be? What's Kim gonna be? And then I saw her out and backstage, peeking out from a curtain, and I'm like, I know what she's gonna be. And she's She-Ra.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was
fun. That was fun.
That was
that was good.
Outfits. That was awesome. And then Karen was the vampire, and Scott was totally dressed as normal, but he was her snack for later.
Yes.
So what? Yeah, sure, that works.
Yeah, which she did play up because every time she came back to the table, she was like, "Where's my snack?"
Yeah, but he kept disappearing. And then he stole my snack.
Yeah.
So then they both were gone, MIA. So
yeah, we had to go play pool, which I didn't know I was playing against a fucking pool shark.
I didn't know he had skills either.
Because apparently he spent a lot of his childhood or younger years at a pool hall. So yeah, he pretty much took me But it was fun because I haven't shot pool in like a long time.
Yeah.
That was so that was fun.
And then we played a game or
and
two
then,
together.
We wandered around. Yeah, then we played a little bit of pool until. Well, and
they
that
made it sound like they were closing, but they really weren't.
they really weren't. Well, because
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it was weird because I mean it's the bar that's connected to the casino. And there wasn't a charge going in, so if you were at the casino and heard something, you could just wander into the bar and watch the band. Which I found kind of weird, and maybe that's why they were weird, just because it was like not like it's too open or something. I don't know.
I don't
know. But yeah, and I didn't see any actual like doors on the bar itself.
Well, going to the outside,
to the outside, there was doors, but
and there was. I think going on into the casino, there was too.
Oh,
just some glass doors.
Just the glass doors.
Yeah.
So the bar was closing. And it was kind of late anyway.
Because there was still a whole bunch of people sitting there drinking. So
yeah, there's still people at the bar, but that's fine because we had played
a couple games
of pool.
Yeah.
And then the dude next to us who was
showing off
weirdly, freaking us out.
He was weird. I don't know what.
So we gathered all our stuff and then we started wandering around the casino and sat down and
played a little. Yeah, you did good.
And what did I walk away with? Like
100 and something.
100 and some bucks.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
After from like the 20 I put in or whatever. So yeah, not bad.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was good. Yeah. It was.
Got a hotel that night.
Yeah, we had a hotel for that night, and I didn't say anything to him, but because the hotel rooms attached to the casino. When I called to make reservations, thinking, because we weren't sure what we were going to do for Halloween, and we ended up deciding to go up there. But when I called, they wanted $400 a night for a regular old hotel room. And so I'm like, no.
Which is insane.
So I went just down the street. You can get, there's other hotels. And I got us a room. And I thought, well, I'll just spend a little more than a normal room there. Because it's still less than half price for a freaking regular
the casino
one. And it's a jacuzzi room. So Mr. Tall here, who doesn't fit in your average bathtub. So he's not gotten to be nicely soaked and relaxed. So
in a while.
So I'm like, I didn't tell him. I actually managed to keep a secret for once.
That was good.
We walk in and he's like,
well, I walk in and it's like, normal hotel room. Then I see a little bit of tile and I'm like, that doesn't look right. And I go around the corner, there's a hot tub. I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, sneaky.
Oh, how did that get there? So that was my little surprise for him. But yeah, so we had a nice little hotel jacuzzi room. And then, so we, had that. And then the next morning we went, where did we eat breakfast? Did we eat breakfast at Toby's, or did we eat? We did eat breakfast at Toby's.
Yeah.
Which wasn't as good as I remembered them being. They were okay, but
I don't remember.
You got something you were not very. Oh, you got like an eggs Benedict.
Oh yeah, I got
salmon Benedict, or?
like one of the special eggs Benedict, and it was not.
It wasn't.
It was okay, but it was.
And I got like a fried fish, walleye fried
the big,
or something.
big, huge.
It was pretty good,
fish, which is pretty good.
The fish was good. The rest of it was mediocre.
Yeah. Well, we discovered it took us half the meal to figure out that the coating on the fish was Ritz crackers.
Yeah.
The breading on the fish was Ritz crackers.
Weird. We could not figure out what it was. It's really fun. They crushed Ritz crackers.
Yeah, because both of us tasted it and went, okay, I know this taste. What is it?
Took us forever.
And it took us forever. It's like, Ritz crackers.
Yeah. So, but
which
that was
I would
good.
not recommend.
It was half of it was good. The other half, by the time you get halfway through it, it starts to be almost too much.
Yeah, a little.
It's almost a little too salty, But yeah, so then of course we had to run through the bakery and grab some things there, and then we went
Right, because we went to that other antique store.
Yes, big antique store.
We kind of like antique stores.
We do.
It turns out
Like, yeah.
If you unleash us in an antique store, just leave for the day because
Yeah.
we'll be there at least 4, 5, 6 hours.
We looked through 4/5 of that. I think there was maybe a last little. Did we end up going through the whole thing? Oh, it was an upstairs. Wasn't
Right.
there an upstairs? We ended up
There,
not doing
there was
the
an upstairs, but then there was an upstairs to the upstairs.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
Was that the
about
one that was like 3 floors?
Yes.
Yeah, and no, because I remember because you were downstairs still looking, and I just buzzed up upstairs
Yeah.
real quick and was
You
looking.
said, "Oh, no."
And then I saw another thing around the corner that was like more stuff up
Yeah.
another set of stairs. I'm like, yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta go.
Because we had to work the next day
Yep.
and everything. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was that was Sunday by now.
Yeah.
So so we did end up going through the bottom part of that store, and I remember you saying, there's
There's another flight of stairs.
upstairs, and I'm like, oh man, I can't today. So
Yeah.
but we did still end up finding quite a good amount of things there. It's
Yeah.
a birthday present for my sister that still haven't given her. So
Oh,
I'll see
yeah,
her.
that's right. Yep.
And then because I was in search of the elusive things, and then yeah. So, but I don't even know why I'm not saying it because she's never gonna watch this in a million years, anyways. But yeah. So so we did. We wandered around the antique store for 3-4 hours. It
Yeah.
was a while.
Which was literally basically attached to the parking lot at Toby's.
Yeah.
Like we could have walked.
We could have, but yeah. So it was that was fun walking through there and stuff, and then I think we pretty much started heading towards home after
I
that.
think so. I'm trying to remember if
'Cause
we
it was-
stopped anywhere else.
Yeah.
But I mean, by the time we left there, it was
3,
4
4
o'clock, something like that. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was. But now we know we have another half of an antique store to check out. Plus, we probably have to check out the beginning again because
Oh yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just do the whole thing.
yeah,
over.
they had a cool old dentist chair in the entryway.
Oh yeah.
That was neat. I mean, if you just want a weird chair for whatever purpose, and they had
They had a
just
bunch of cool, like really. They had a lot of the kind of traditional antique store stuff, but then stuff that was just like,
yeah.
like really kind of obscure and eclectic. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yes. So, but if we actually had a house where I mean, I do, but one that's not out in the country where you could actually stand to live. But I did discover, which we'll get to, that I want to steal Lou's house. But yeah. So. So that was our little
So that was
Menace
Halloween. That was
business.
cool. Yeah.
So that was fun. And then
Then we're back at Route 47 for another one of Mad Mike's
showcases.
This time, our friend Donnie.
Yes, Davichi.
Yeah. And I believe that was another one where the Castor Boy showed up. I believe so.
He had a lot of support at that show.
That I've never seen, or it's been a long time since I've seen a crowd that big at Route 47.
Yeah, that was
like the entire front of the stage, the entire dance floor was packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people just love Donnie, and we love Donnie. I love Donnie. He's just a good guy.
Oh yeah, he's just cuddly. Like I mean, he's a good guy, but I mean, I just remember other than his guitar winkery, as we say, but just good guy. Like just a hug. Like he's a good guy.
Good vibes.
Yeah, good vibes.
Yeah.
That's a great way of putting it. So that was awesome.
Yeah, and
you know, and Mad Mike's shows, like I gotta say, they are really good and entertaining. That's the one we walked in, and
we're
walking in the parking lot, and
we get out of the car, and I hear something, and I'm like, "Is that Rush? I think I hear Rush." And then
and I'm like, Rush,
and you listen, and you're like, "It is Rush."
Yeah.
It's time stand still, and then we heard the singing. I'm like, "Bet you that's Beth." And we walked in, and it's Beth.
Yes, Mega Beth. Yeah.
Mega Beth.
And that was and I have video actually.
Yes.
You probably still have it of that. I know you post. We did a different review for that, but Yeah, I was blown away to have
Yeah.
someone covering a Rush song.
And not just any Rush song,
Not
but
Tom Sawyer.
not Tom
you
Sawyer,
know,
not you know,
any of those other ones that everybody always does. You
basically
know.
anything off
But-
of moving pictures.
But yeah, it was Time Stand Still.
Yeah, and they did it really well too.
Was
I mean, they
really
killed it,
good.
Yeah.
And wow. So I was so stoked. Like literally, I'm like phone video. Like, yeah, that was. I could barely stand still to record that because oh my gosh. But yeah, that was fun. But yeah, his shows, like, you know, he does his comedies and he does some of his songs and he's, you know, and does his Crazy Train and, you know, but just the sheer amount of talent in that place when they do the shows.
So, did Mike at some point front either an Ozzy or a Sabbath tribute?
Possibly.
I thought he did.
We would have to
Research that.
Research that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Because he totally could.
Because I think the first time I went to one of those and saw him do Crazy Train, I'm like, that's a little bit too good. Like, you were in an Ozzy tribute at some point, weren't you?
Yeah, that's yeah, he does do it really good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's just like just a good show all the way around. But then to have the showcase, because I don't know how long has he been doing the showcases. It
Yeah,
only
I don't
seems
know.
in his last year or so.
Maybe the
he
last
started
couple
doing
years. Yeah.
the showcases
Yeah.
in the middle of them, because I mean, granted, I haven't gone to go to tons of them. More this year actually than most other
Yeah.
years. But yeah, but just such a really good, and I just love that it's, you know, it is something during the week. So it's on Thursdays. It is something during the week, and it is like another outlet for all of you crazy musical people to get out, and then kind of mixing up the bands, you know.
Yeah, and I think I said this in another review, it's probably one of the most well-ran open jams that I've seen. Because most open jams are, you come in, you put your name on a sheet, and maybe they'll call you, and it's very disorganized.
Yeah.
This thing runs like freaking clockwork.
And he's like, so-and-so, get up here.
and
So-and-so,
if you,
where are you?
Yeah, and if you don't answer within like
Yeah.
30 seconds,
Yeah.
oh, next.
All right,
Yeah, I mean, it's very efficient, but it's so much fun.
Oh, it is. It's
Yeah.
so good. And then I get to watch everybody do their things.
Yeah,
because I
yeah,
love
absolutely.
to watch.
Yeah, and I think it was this one. So after Donnie's set, which was fantastic, by the
Yes,
way.
yes.
Again, I'm not a huge fan of that style, that like really, really technical guitar heavy, as I call jokingly guitar wankery. That's not really my favorite style, but I like Donnie so much that he just does it so well. And I've seen Donnie a lot. We've done shows with him and stuff. And the fact that he has an actual live band now makes so much difference.
Yeah.
Because if you saw him either solo or with Blake playing to the tracks, not the same at all.
Yeah.
With the live band, it just gels so much
Yeah,
more, and
more
it's so much better.
to it. Yeah.
So and I don't think I've said it to him directly, but stick with the live band. It's so much fucking better. But that was the show, because the Castor Boys were there, that I think Steven was like, we should do something, and I'm like, okay. He's like, we should get on stage. And I tried to explain to him that you had to like sign up in advance and you choose your songs and all that, and he's like,
I didn't understand that.
I wasn't talking to you. I didn't even touch it. God.
That's funny.
But he was just like, nah, we'll just storm the stage. And I'm like, good luck.
Good luck. I'm not crossing Mike.
No. And I mean, it was said that the reason that he didn't play was that he didn't have his guitar and no one else trusted him to play theirs. And
oh, Lord.
Whatever. But definitely at some point we're going to have to coordinate with them and do something.
You are. I'm not.
Yeah.
I made my way up to 2 maracas now. So, I mean, and part of a triangle.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Half the triangle. 2 maracas and half the triangle.
An angle.
An angle. Yeah.
But yeah, no, and again, it's always good seeing Donnie and supporting the whole crew.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You got to support.
Yeah.
It's like really, and I love that Mike's doing that, supporting of the different bands, because people who might be there just for the jam, and then you find another band that's awesome. You find another band that's awesome. Give exposure to these bands, So it's.
And then you have people like that night, like we knew a ton of people there. Like Lou showed up with Trent, and they showed up for Donnie, and just happened to be for the jam, and kind of got exposed. And then
it's a symbiotic relationship.
And the thing I love about Mad Mike's is the bands that he showcases. It's not just original bands. He's had cover bands. He's had tribute bands. He's had if you're a band and you're interested, go contact him. He'll probably have a slot for you.
Yeah. So
that the fact that he's not just saying, oh, just these kind of bands can play.
Yeah.
No
snobbery. Yes.
I mean, I haven't seen a funk band or like a hip hop act or something, but I'm sure he'd be open to it.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. That's cool. I do like that.
Yeah, the fact that he's so overly encompassing is very cool.
I like the overly encompassing.
Yeah.
Where we at? Ooh, okay. So now
we're almost done, guys.
This girl who you could say whatever you want, but 93X is really probably my favorite radio station. That, along with St. Cloud's version, 101, Rockin' 101, Red House that rocks, whatever. Anyways, those two are probably my favorite stations because they play the rock or more rock stuff and alt and that kind of stuff. And they also have the Midnight Metal and the Minnesota Homegrown and the
Loud and Local.
All those. So, yes, those are my favorite station, 93X. So anyways, 93X. I'm always trying to win tickets to stuff. If it's a show I want to see. If it's a show I'm not interested in, I'm not going to try to win tickets because why, But Bad Omens, I was like, I really kind of wanted to see them, but then again, it's one of those where it's like, it's during the week and I don't know if I really want to spend money on tickets, but anyway, so I did happen to actually try for tickets on that one. And then I got the message that, you know, you're entered to win, blah, blah, blah. We'll be announcing the winners on Monday. And I didn't think much of it, you know. Because you get that sometimes, that you're entered to win, whatever. Well, then here I am after work the one day, and I was going to print my time card, but I had a weird number and a voicemail, and I'm like, I don't know who this is, so I'm listening, and it's like, you won Bad Omens tickets, and call this number, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, after a long pain in the ass day at work, and I have to do my time card, and I'm doing my stuff, and I'm just exhausted, and I was just signing up for my benefits.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And I was like signing up for my benefits, and I'm just like, oh, what is this? Is some telemarketer or something? and I'm like, oh my god, you guys! I go out and tell my coworkers, I freaking finally won tickets, and I won tickets to Bad Omens. And my coworker Benji, he lives down here. He lives over Lowry, the park over by the cathedral, whatever that is.
Oh, Lauren Park.
Lauren Park, there we go. He lives over in that area. Anyways, he's like, you want Bad Omens? And I'm like, yeah. And everybody's like, who's that? I'm like, oh, awesome. And then so I freaking won tickets. So I'm like, dude, we won tickets. Like,
we're going. I was like, okay.
And then in Skyway, which he just works just down the street. So I'm like, well, I'll meet you. So yeah, I went after work, and I managed to blow out a tire like a big dum-dum. That's a long story.
Yeah,
I'm an
we'll
idiot.
get to that later.
Anyways, that was my own fault. But anyways, it's we went to the show, and it was insane.
It was beyond insane.
It was
like
really.
It was nuts.
There was, let's just put it this way, there was no room left anywhere.
No.
And when, who was it? Was it Bad Omens? No, it wasn't Bad Omens. It was Make Them Suffer.
Yep.
Said, I want to see a pit down here.
I want to see a wall of death.
A wall of death down here. And everybody looked at each other like.
And went, no.
And how?
Because it was
like,
literally wall to wall.
Yeah.
There was no
room.
There was hardly any.
Even up in the balcony area where we went in, there was barely room.
Like squeezed
we
it.
Squeezed
it was
ourselves
insane.
in. Yeah, so like literally when they said, we want a wall of death.
You couldn't even
But
form
you
a
watched
pit.
the people in the center down there look, like literally, they all looked at each other. They all kind of turned a little bit like,
and kind of went,
we're going to try, and then they all went, no. Like there was no room for a wall of death.
No.
There wasn't room for a
there was barely room for a pit.
toe room of death.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they barely got a pit going for one of the other bands.
Yeah.
Like they barely got a pit going.
Yeah, it was.
Which turns out Bad Omens actually called out Skyway.
Yes.
After this.
That they
were very upset.
Well, on stage, Bad Omens
he did too on stage.
Was commenting on it and said, you know, somebody like oversold this motherfucker.
Like this is like a fire hazard.
Yeah.
Over like this.
And it turns out they actually did.
Yeah.
Like they by like a lot.
Purposefully.
They purposefully oversold it to get more ticket revenue and all that stuff. So
and the VIP sections, which they weren't supposed to do.
Which they weren't supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of weird stuff going on, and and Bad Omens totally called them out for doing it on social media, and so I kind of am kind of leery about going to another show at the Skyway, but I mean, depends.
I mean,
depends
I know
on what the show is.
Even when Bad Omens called it out and said, you know, this is like fire hazard, like, and once again we all kind of looked at each other and went,
we're here now.
Yeah, like,
what are we gonna do?
Oh well, like we were kind of close to the door. But then again, like...
we were kind of close to the door, but there was, like, steps and weird things, and it was dark, and you couldn't see, and I just about tripped, like, 3 times getting to our
I almost got pushed over by those pushy people. Like, literally, almost got... I was a little upset with that.
It was like, absolutely
I almost had to turn on bitch mode there for a second. If you weren't next to me, I probably would have.
Yeah, for sure.
He knows. He sees it in my eyes when I...
When the switch is about to click.
When I go over.
Yeah.
But that all being aside.
That all being said, the show was absolutely phenomenal.
It
Like
was.
every band was just so
It
good.
was.
4 bands that I didn't even know.
Well, Dayseeker I'd heard of, but I had no idea they had such a following.
Yeah, Dayseeker, I'd heard the name. I think I'd
Yeah.
seen it somewhere.
And Make Them Suffer was freaking kick ass.
Her new favorite.
Like, I was like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were awesome.
And Bad Omens, I'm pretty sure were at the Rockfest
Yeah.
that I was at. I
that
think
you
they're.
got-
I think
that
they were
I
on
wasn't at.
our stage on the Who's on Top stage
Who's
because
on
I
Top.
remember selling their merch. But I don't remember hearing them at
Yeah.
all. Like, and they, oh my god, they put on a fucking show, dude.
Oh,
They were.
everything. Lights and just their dynamics
And just their presence, and yeah, it was so fucking good.
that was good. And all the bands, like, you could tell they appreciated
Oh, the love for the
people
crowd is
and,
just
like,
insane.
Yeah, they everybody, like, even like, and who was it that had was it Thousand Below that was memory of their father?
Oh, that was either Thousand Below or Make Them Suffer. Yeah, one of the two.
And like, but yeah, you could you felt like it did not feel like there was a few hundred other maniacs in there with you. It felt a little more intimate than that. Just each band just sent out their vibes and wow, like every one of
so
them
good. It was so good.
was just really good. Like
Like a show, if I saw it, I'd be like, I don't know any of those bands. I'm not going to go. And
but they had followings because the
they had
people around
big-time
us
followings.
were like
nuts.
singing, like jumping,
Every
like
single
they had,
word.
like every word, like holy
Yeah,
crap.
it was nuts.
No, and I'm not talking about Bad Omens, I am, but like Dayseeker, Make Them Suffer. Some people from Thousand Below
had
fans that were like every freaking word.
And
like,
Thousand Below is like a newer band. They've only been around for a couple of years.
Yeah, they were newer, weren't they?
Yeah, but even they got the love. I mean, it was such a good feeling in that room.
Yeah, and it's not like there was barely any people for the first band and a few more people for the next band, and then like we got packed.
We got finally in.
Yeah,
because
in the line.
Doors opened at shows that started at 6. Doors opened at 5:30.
Yeah.
Or doors
something like
that.
Yeah.
Or
doors opened at 5:30, and I think show was at 6 or 6:30. Doors
6:30, maybe 7. I don't remember. Yeah. But I get off work at 6, and I'm literally half a block away.
Yeah.
So I walk down, and I'm like, it's a little bit after 6, and there's still a line like around the corner.
Yeah, around the corner and almost around the next corner.
And down probably halfway down the next block.
Well, and I was driving by, and I'm because I was looking for a parking spot, and I should have parked where I had parked before. Anyways, long story, dumb Polish girl. Anyways, and I'm like, I'm sitting at a light, and I'm like, get in line now. And I'm like, I texted him real fast, get in line.
And as she's doing that, I'm heading towards the back of the line because I'm like, that's where I need to go anyway.
Don't wait for me, get in line.
Yeah, so I got in line, and even by the time you got there, the line had moved a little bit, but there were still how many people behind us?
Yeah.
So yeah, by the time we got in the doors and up the escalator and figured out our whole ticket situation, which was really
it was weird,
anticlimactic.
It was. It was easy enough.
It was easy, and that's the day, we live in. But it's like the days of winning stuff at shows and going to the box office and getting tickets and getting your backstage passes and all your stuff. Now it's just like, name, okay, you're on the list, okay, go.
Which was kind of swank though. Like
a little bit.
I was on the list.
A little bit.
Like literally, he's like, "What's your name?" And then, and I'm like, "Damn, he just checked me off that list."
And then,
that list of this many people.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't a long list.
No.
So it was like 5, 7 other people on here total.
Yeah.
Like
not a lot.
Badass,
Yeah. So by the time we got through all of that, and up and the bar where like the merch is, that was packed.
Yeah, we're
Try to get up the stairs.
Time.
That was packed. Yeah. By the time we got in the door, and we didn't realize we were going to the balcony at first. because
it's probably good,
the door that
'cause-
we went in the first time was already closed.
Yeah.
Because 1,000 Below, I think it had just started. We missed
yes.
like the first song. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
By the time we got up and in there, it was already
Yeah.
wall to wall fucking people.
Yeah, there was no way we
Like
could have
there
gotten
was
down on the
no
main floor.
even between bands. Like no
no
one
one
left.
moved.
It was
Like, a few people might have come in, but nobody left. There was, like,
yeah. It was. I've never experienced something like that where it was that
was
packed the
crazy.
entire night.
That was the most packed show I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my life.
That
Other
was
than
insane.
maybe Rockfest, but that's a huge...
But
like,
that's different. That's
outside.
outdoors.
Uh-huh.
You know, in that small of a theater, that small of a confined space. That's probably the most packed I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Like that was nuts.
Because, yeah, the Gore show was pretty packed.
But you could still move
This was,
beyond.
like, yeah, no Wall of Death, no... Yeah, 1,000 Below was great.
Was good.
They're...
Yep.
They're good. Yeah.
Though I think I like them a little bit more than Make Them Suffer, just because Make Them Suffer was a little bit more like aggro, which I know you like.
Yeah.
But yeah, 1,000 Below. I'll have to look into 1,000 Below.
Yeah, they're like they have a couple songs that I think I've kind of heard before. And then Make Them Suffer was just great, and the people around us, singing all the lyrics and crazy, like
Everything.
into them, like like holy shit, and they're like, they're playing that song, like holy crap, and I'm like, whoa, like what have I been missing? Because like we have all these crazy people that are. Dayseeker was worse though.
Dayseeker was much worse.
Like they had cult. Like I think I saw a couple guys along with girls tear up when they were going to play a couple of the songs.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure.
And Dayseeker, I know I've heard their music on the radio before. Actually, was it yesterday or the day before? I was like, oh, this song, it sounds familiar. I think they played this at it was the top 22 of 22.
Oh, okay,
93X was doing.
Yeah.
And so they were playing one of the Dayseeker songs, and I'm like, I remember this song. But yeah, they have this freaking following. Like, whoa, like, you think, everybody's here to see Bad Omens, and even 1,000 Below, they had people that there were already people, like, it was already packed. And usually the first band is like a little people. Second band, a little people.
A little more
Third
people.
band,
Yeah. But yeah, this was packed from the get-go. And
crazy.
Since you actually listen to current rock radio, you're a little bit hipper to newer bands than I am.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, it makes sense that you may have heard of Make Them Suffer or Dayseeker or whatever, and I'm like, I have no idea who they are because I, don't listen to radio, don't really follow stuff. I haven't read Metal Hammer in 10 years. Yeah, so basically what I'm saying is that I'm not
hip to it.
hip to all the new bands.
Yeah. Except for I know I've made you like every time you've been in my car, I'm like, oh, Bad Omens, ooh, crank it up.
Yeah.
And I've been like, this is the band, and then even before I won the stupid tickets, I'd be like, well, not stupid tickets, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it was just like, I know, but
And again, going back, that's why it's good to go to things like Rockfest, where you get like 3 days of
music.
some bands I've heard of, other bands I probably should have heard of but haven't, and then all these other bands that are just like, who are you? Like, yeah.
Yeah, like half-heard voices and like literally like we're just like ooh, like ooh. So I just love it. It's just so cool. But yeah, even though Bad Omens was the headliners, all the bands were awesome. That was a good show.
Yeah.
Oh, and Make Them Suffer. But Dayseeker was really awesome too.
Yeah, I have to
seriously.
Yeah.
They end up like and they had a good stage presence too, and like because they had video screens up too, didn't they? During theirs?
No, they had the lights.
They had all the lights. Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bad Omens was the only ones that actually had a video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus the lights, plus other lights, plus fog, plus whatever else they had.
Yeah, that was just crazy. All those people, and you're all standing. There's not even anywhere to sit.
No.
And we're all just like, nope. I don't think anybody even really. Occasionally, people would go out to the bathroom and come back in, but you kind of knew if you left, you were losing your spot, and
Pretty
it was
much,
so
yeah.
freaking packed. I think everybody was scared to even leave.
Yeah. I mean,
Plus-
nobody really started leaving until probably 3/4 through Bad Omens set. That's when people like started to like
Yeah, which I thought
kind
was
of thin out a
weird.
little bit. Yeah.
Because you're already
there.
there. Why would you leave?
Unless you were only there for the first 3 bands, and by that
You
point
should
you're
have
just
left
like,
by now.
eh,
So,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
but no, it was really freaking. That was all of them were good.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really remember them taking a lot of time between sets to set up to get the next band stuff up either. Doesn't seem like there was that much time.
Yeah, I think we talked about this. The first
Yeah.
between the first 3 bands, it was like less than 10 minutes.
Yeah,
But then waiting for Bad Omens, that it was a little bit longer.
that's right.
It was like 20, 25 maybe. Something like that. So
Yeah, but then I know getting out of the place, that was scary.
that, yeah.
Because that was a lot of people, and that took a long time.
A long time to get a lot of people in
Yeah,
a stairwell like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then the thing is even if you got down the stairwell, there was all the people on the first level that came out of the bottom that are still getting out
Yeah.
and going down the other stairs.
Yep.
So they're really actually freaking lucky that there wasn't any disasters at that place with that kind of a people. So
Yeah.
because that
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what upcoming, especially upcoming rock and metal shows is going to happen with that place. Because
they can't do this.
God, no.
If they,
Especially once the headlining band calls them out on it,
Yeah.
like publicly.
you think somebody's going to be watching. Like
You
they're
would-
going
you
to
would
have
hope
some
so.
like undercover people or something be like watching, Fire Marshal Bill is going to
Come in and,
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, in all seriousness, like when we went to leave it, that's when I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if there was something going on, this could have been bad.
Really bad, yeah.
Yeah. So, but it was. I mean, but all things aside, though, that was a really good show. Like they just. Oh, and Bad Omens was so dramatic. They really have just the dramatic
Well, as I said in that review, it gave me very, very much Shinedown vibes.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. Like a little Disturbed and a little bit of Shinedown mixed together. That's what Bad Omens gave me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Just in the dramaticness of it, and then just the kind of explosive like element of it. And, yeah.
Yeah, because they did do a lot of like the explosions,
Yes.
yeah, explosions / lights /
Fire. They had actual
that kind of
fire,
stuff.
didn't they?
I think they did.
A little bit, yeah.
I think you're right.
Which is weird for that small of a room.
Yeah, and especially with with all the people, it was like,
But
yeah, I forgot about that. That's yikes. Oof. Awesome show.
yes,
But-
yes, very good.
Yeah.
Oversold, and
Ugh.
Skyway's probably going to pay for it, but hopefully, I mean, because as you
Or-
said, that could have turned into a disaster real
Yeah.
quick.
Or at least bare minimum to not do that kind of crap again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know if someone just was like, "Oh, we'll try it on this show," and just kind of slip it by, and and then they get called out on it. It's like, "Oh, don't do that again." And hopefully, somebody got a wrist slapping at least,
yeah.
you know. But man,
All right, November 25th.
November 25th.
So that was Route 47.
Our favorite place to see her, apparently.
Second home, third home.
Second home.
After work and all that. And let's see. So we had weekend picnic first of all.
Which neither of us were really impressed with.
Yeah,
And they were okay.
They really seemed, especially the singer, seemed a little full of themselves almost. But yeah, it's. I think we did a review on this one, didn't we?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, it was okay. It was nice to see Tank was there.
Yep. Tank was
with
there
his
with Logan, who's now 19, 20.
19. He might be 20 now, because I know he's just a few months shy of my Alex.
Yeah, I think he just turned 20.
So
yeah.
Yeah, so I think so he was there. And
yeah, it was good to see him again. I haven't seen him for a number of years. So yeah, it was good to see he's doing as good as he can be, given.
That was my first time meeting him, so it was like, oh, okay, that's who that kid is. Okay.
Yeah. Putting names to faces to stories.
Yeah.
And then next up was Divide the Fall.
Divide the Fall, which was, I thought, really good.
I thought they were good too.
I liked them and their style and.
Yeah, and again, we heard them at Rockfest from across the parking lot, and both kind of said, "Oh."
Yeah.
So yeah, I was excited. I mean, I was gonna go to the show anyway, just because it was Cold Kingdom and Chris's last show. But I got extra excited when I saw Divide the Fall was on the bill, because I'm like, oh yeah, I remember them. Yeah, we were gonna check them out. So.
Yeah, they're really actually freaking pretty good.
Yeah, really good, and really, at least the singer who was manning the merch booth was really, really personable and really cool. Like, he just seemed like a really down-to-earth guy.
Yeah, and when we start, like, buying, like, 2 shirts each, and he's kind of like, oh, like, okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to argue. And CD.
And physical media. We love our physical media.
And so, yeah, I actually just wore my Divide the Fall shirt, well, one of them, last week. It's like, I like repping bands,
Yeah.
So
as much as we can.
It's fun, and that one's actually fits me really nice and it's really comfortable.
Yeah, I was wearing mine yesterday, and yeah, the bands are finally getting on board that if you make better merch, you charge a little bit more for it, but it'll be so worth it, because I mean, for years we just had. Especially the bigger bands who were just doing mass, doing them by the hundreds of thousands or whatever, and they just went the cheapest route, and you got the cheapest shirts that didn't hold up, and not good printing, and the printing would always crumble, and it just.
And how are you supposed to rep a band when your shirt's falling apart?
I mean, if you can make it out enough. You can tell what the band is. You can say, "Oh, you must really like them. You must have that shirt forever." It's like I've had it 2 weeks.
Oh no,
but a lot of bands I've noticed are getting to the point where it's like, okay, we have to step up our t-shirt game.
Yeah.
Because it sucks to put on a shirt from a band and it's itchy and uncomfortable and it's just and it doesn't fit right, and you're just like, I really want to, but no.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Let's see. Are we on Cold? Oh, now we're on Cold Kingdom.
Now we're on Cold Kingdom.
Yeah.
Which again is someone I've been following for a long time now, 7 years now. Wow. First saw them open up the second stage of the very first Northern Invasion at like 11:30 in the morning or whatever it was. And they were the first band out, and I was impressed. I was like, holy shit. And then once they said that, we won, because apparently I think 93X was having a contest to find an opener, and they won that. And I was like, oh, they're local. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, gotta check these guys out, and well, in my head, because I was in Smudge at the time, and I was like, oh, gentlemen, we have a new goal for next year, and nothing ever came of it, but would have been cool.
Yeah.
But again, if you're looking at, somebody like Cold Kingdom, who even by that point was like here, and we were, even our original stuff, we were here, like, there's no way we would have, but it would have been fun to try. So I've been following them forever. Their first 2 releases are ingrained in my brain. And I was at their singer Danny's last show a few years ago, and this was their drummer's Chris's last show, so serendipity, had to go. And you had never seen them, so I'm like, well, I at least want to have you see them before they get a new drummer. Not that they won't get a bad drummer. I don't know, but I know Chris, and I know Chris is an awesome drummer, and he's fun to watch, and I know that you will enjoy that. So
Yeah.
I at least wanted to
Like to watch my drummers.
Yeah, and he actually is a lot of fun to watch.
That was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, even their guitarist who was playing on this side, I don't know who was that. Jeremy?
Jeremy was the bass player, so I think Evan.
I think we already had this conversation.
So,
yeah, a while back. He was just like, I don't know what. I was just kept gravitating towards him.
Well, both him and Jeremy do a lot of like the jumping and the twisting and the.
Yeah.
They're both very, very active on stage. So.
That was really that was a fun. That was good to watch and finally see, and even the songs like, because I don't know all the songs, but even the ones like not knowing the songs, I still was like, oh my gosh, so
yeah,
good.
you can still see that they're in one of
you
those.
could feel like
Yeah.
you could feel their songs.
Yes,
It's just like it was good.
Yeah, I've always said that they're probably one of the best bands to come out of here in a while. Just as far as what they put out and their commercial potential, which I know sounds anti everything I believe in, but
well, but it exists in this world.
they could be huge if they wanted to be. Like they could easily, get at that level.
Come on, guys.
and not saying. And again, when it comes to like the heavier groups, I don't know that scene. I don't know that scene nationally. I don't know, whatever. So I don't know if a band like, Defiled could get to that point, because I don't know that.
Oh yeah,
that scene.
You don't know that scene enough to say.
Just to say, oh, they could be the next Cannibal Corpse or whatever. A band like Cold Kingdom, I can see that trajectory.
Yeah. In that kind of genre. A
little bit more radio friendly, and as they go on, they get a lot more radio friendly. I've noticed in their last couple albums, but still good. I mean, I'm not
good,
I mean, but it's still there for sure. So
yeah, and it was like nice talking like and at the merch table too.
Yeah.
I want that one only in existent. And only one in existence, Cold Kingdom Yeti cup. That's mine. Ours.
Yes.
For sure.
Joint company custody.
Yeah, so
and
that
then
was...
Then a short
fun.
bidding war, and then you walk out.
I'm like, it's like, if you're making this difficult, so you're not making it difficult, because, like, some things I'm cheap and I won't spend money on, but other things... I'll throw it at you. Take my money. And so it's like that was worth it.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of deal.
Yeah.
So, but that was a really good show.
That was fun.
It was good. It was packed. That was so busy. That like from the front to the back, that was freaking packed. It was crazy.
And now that I remember, the Castor Boys were there. They showed up later.
Okay.
I believe they did.
I'm trying to. Oh, you know what? Yes, they.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
They did, because I remember I had actually went outside for a little bit, and then came back in, and I do remember seeing that they were there. That's right.
Yeah. So they do. Yeah, they just.
So apparently it's their second, third home too. So, not just ours; it's theirs too. So.
This is true. I think every single show we went to at Route 47, they were there.
That's fun.
At least for a little bit of it.
That's really
That's
funny.
ridiculous. Love the guys.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then we have. December 9th.
The saddest, the best way to celebrate the shittiest end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Club Underground.
Club Underground.
Yep.
December 9th, the Mark tribute show. Which,
I mean, it was awesome, but it was sad. Yeah, like I would be like, oh yay, this is really fun and awesome, and everybody's here, and I forgot. That's why. And crap. And then look over and see he was there because they had his ashes there. So you look over and see Mark's urn and be like,
and the little altar almost that they had around the urn of like pictures and stuff. And then of course you look to the other side over the bar, and that they have the TV and the slideshow going. So you could not that I don't think anyone wanted to, but you could not escape the reason why you were there.
And then we found because I was like, what is this? And there was actually some of the the metal, what was it on there? Your picks, guitar picks.
Yeah, which I think I put on the wall already.
Oh yeah, you probably did because you.
But
so that was
his brother
proud
was
to be a metalhead.
Yeah, proud to be a metalhead.
But those were kind of neat.
Yeah.
I thought that was a neat thing. And they did the raffle for the things for tickets, and then the money to go for the family.
Yeah, they had several raffles
for arrangements, and then like the lineup was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely killer lineup.
It was Defiled, Sacrament, Yotuma, and then it was
Apothic.
Was it Apothic? There was one more before Apothic.
Well, it was either Apothic and then Coffin Rites, or Coffin Rites and then Apothic.
Oh no, it was Apothic first.
Yep.
I think, and then Coffin Rites.
Coffin Rites, and then
Bludgeon.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was like, this is awesome. These bands are awesome. And then you're like, oh crap. And then it was nice. It was wonderful to see the support and all the people there, and it really was great. It's sad for why, and
sad for why, but everybody, as sad as it was, everybody was there for it and for the right reasons, and then I mean, you would have those little moments like when they dedicated his vest.
Oh yeah.
Or little things like that where it's like, this is great and we're enjoying ourselves, but let's remember,
Yeah, and then and some, it was weird. It was like a mix of emotions. It was like happy. Oh, that's okay. We're sad, and then it's kind of like then we're angry because then we remember.
Yeah, because then we remember.
What had happened, and then, then kind of sad. But then you look around and you see all the people there supporting, and like I heard so many people talking about ways that Mark had supported their bands and their shows, and like we heard Josh talking to Mark's brother Greg, right?
Yes.
And about loading in.
Yeah, he would be the first one there. He'd help load in. He'd help clear tables. He would do whatever he could to make sure that show went as well as it could.
And just there, and like even the band saying, where he would come and support us, and then I kept remembering the Buffalo show, like I said, where it was so freaking cold.
But he was there.
It's way out in little Buffalo, and here you see Mark walking in, whip out the folding chair, sit down, and
and just
being there for the band. Yeah. It was just like little freaking freezing to death the one day of the whole fall year, freaking Buffalo, way out in Buffalo. So we'd see him at shows and stuff. And
and again, thinking back, it's like, oh yeah, we've seen him. Like I think every single time we went to North Star, he was there. Half the shows we went to at Club Underground, he was there.
At least.
I think I've seen him at the terminal a couple times, probably. Don't know if I've ever seen him at like Route 47, but anywhere like within the cities.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure he's been there. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, and it's just like, he's a bigger member of the community of the scene, and it's just like, you know, it's kind of one of those you don't realize what you have till it's gone, kind of a thing, you know. And you look back on, you know, how just a regular old person, you know, and you don't think, oh, you know, people never think they're important or anything. But then you see this kind of a thing, you realize it.
And you realize that,
the little things and things that you don't think matter or mean much, and then they add up. And it's like, yeah, that was, you know, important, and that meant a lot. And,
yeah, absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
So
everybody is significant to someone.
Oh, yes. Yes. So it's just,
Yeah, if you have that mindset that you're not, and you feel like no one cares and everything else, just remember, everybody is significant to someone.
Yeah. And sometimes that you might not even realize who you are. Like, obviously, you know, we're significant to each other, but there might be someone there that, you know, barely feels comfortable, and, you know, kind of feels like maybe they don't belong, maybe they should leave or whatever, or maybe you or me or someone else comes up and starts talking to them, you know, and
and just kind of,
and we matter to that person for that minute, and then they feel like, oh, well, maybe I feel,
and then
I'll stick around.
Yeah, you lift them up a little bit,
and then they stick around and they watch another band, and then maybe they run into someone else, and then maybe that person ends up being someone extremely important in their life, you know. So little things even could matter, you know, like little thing of they felt comfortable enough to stick around, and then you never know what life-changing thing could even happen after that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So it's like, you know.
Yeah, but it's like I always say, I mean, just be kind.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah, because being a dick can be bad. Even though being a little bit of a dick can be bad and add up to shitty things later. So
add up to big bad, yeah. I mean, just look out for your friends. You know, if you're out somewhere, see somebody in a bad way, just take 2 minutes to talk to them. You know,
that might be all they need.
Yeah,
it might not be, oh, you know, they need $100 and they need your full attention and they need a ride, you know, 7 towns over or whatever. It might just be all they need is just
a little bit of
just
caring,
people.
And just,
you know, just connection or caring, or
because as much as I dislike the vast majority of people most of the time, people do actually need people. Yeah, even if you're in the grocery store or on the bus, or, you know, it's like you can't be completely, even if you try to be completely secluded, you're going to still hear and see people. Oh yeah.
So you know, you might as well just, you know,
I mean, unless you're moving by yourself up to, like, you know, Antarctica or something, where you know you're going to be completely isolated. But even that you can only do for so long before you start to go batty. Anyway. So
that was it was really well. I thought it was really well put together of a show and a get together, and I thought it was a great place to have it. I think I've told you that I've started to feel like Club Underground is kind of a nice little cozy home, and I feel welcome there. You know,
sure.
And it is one of my favorite places to go see music, just because it seems a little more intimate, you know, and still they have the best margarita. I don't care.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure befriending Josh had a lot to do with it. You know,
and Josh is just a rock
and
star,
making you feel welcome. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because everybody needs a bartender like Josh.
It doesn't matter how busy he is; he's still just a rock star. So
yeah, absolutely.
So that was a really good but sad but awesome show at the same time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that was the last show that we attended for the year.
Yes, it was.
Even though there were a ton of other shows and other shows that I probably should have attended and wanted to attend, it's just everything got to be too much between the holidays and the weather and work and just exhaustion and everything else. It was just like,
The weather was sucked.
The weather
like
did
that
kinda
just
sucked.
was just between the snow and the freaking cold, and it was just like just to even get to work and back was just like it's like enough.
It was just
like
yay Midwest.
Survival of the fittest.
Survival of the
Seriously,
fittest,
kiss
for
my
sure.
ass at the same time. I mean, yeah. But yeah, so like I would have loved to have gone to the new Defective showcase at Mad Mike's, but just too
And then
tired
even
of that.
the New Year's show at North Star.
Oh yeah,
That would have been a fun one.
that would have been fun too. Yeah,
But we did not. We went to
we went to go see your friend Lou.
our buddy Lou, who has been inviting me to his house for his New Year's Eve party for at least 4 years. Though I think I've known Lou longer than 4 years, but
I think he said it was at least 6 years that he'd been inviting you, or something like that.
he said
maybe.
4. He said that one was the 5th. But I think I think
I
I've known
see.
him longer
The
than
fifth.
that.
Okay, all right.
But ever since he's been having this party, he's been inviting me to it, and it took this one to actually for us to actually go.
Well, yeah, because I'm like, okay, we have this show, this show, this show, this show. We can do this, we could do this, we could do this. We could stay home, we could do, and then, because like I said, when I was driving here New Year's Eve, everywhere was packed. Everywhere had shows, like just restaurant, and bar, the bowling alleys, the one in Buffalo, Rico's, the one in Delano, like everywhere was just freaking packed.
Yeah.
And then, we were going over, shows and stuff, what to do. And then I'm like, and then there's Lou's thing. Lou invited us.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you ever gone to Lou's? And he's like, no. And I'm like, you haven't gone once? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, you guys.
Okay, that's
have
what
been
we're doing.
friends for how long? And you don't be friends with someone for how long? And he invite you for how many years and you don't go. We're going. Guess where we're going? We're going to Lou's. So we did.
And we did. And we showed up with overkill of beverages.
Well, you never know. We gotta have enough
But,
for everybody. So
he took it, he gave a shit, but he took it in
did.
stride.
yeah, we gave a shit, but yet I got to leave it there too. So
This is true. We left everything there.
Yeah,
We did not take
just
a
about-
single thing with us.
yeah, which is good. And then he had pizza, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah,
the
because
pizza,
I had messaged him earlier in the day, and I'm like, dude, what can we bring? And he's like, oh, I'm going to have some chips, and, you can bring some beverages if you want. And we show up, and there's a fucking stack of pizzas like that.
Yeah, there was
It's just like,
at
really?
least 7 pizzas
You
there.
could have told us, that,
Yeah. But I just brought some
it's cool.
tasting nuts. Ha ha ha. Brought some cans of nuts and bought 2 liters of pop, because if I'm gonna pay $1.80 for a little bottle and $1.80 for 2 liter,
You might as well
then
get 2
you gotta have your Coke, you gotta have your Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and then what else did I bring? Oh, the high voltage Mountain Dew, the purple stuff, which is awesome.
Which turned out to be
Nick,
Nick's
birthday boy
who
Nick.
was the birthday boy,
Yeah.
his favorite soda. So
Yeah.
that was like a twofer that we
there you
didn't even
go.
know.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah, and then we brought some bubbly for New
Oh,
Year's.
yeah, that's
alcoholic and non-alcoholic because you
Yeah.
want to be prepared.
Yep.
And
Gotta
then
have sparklers. And I'm glad I brought that because, somebody had a sparkling, what did she have? Cherry or strawberry juice?
sparkling cherry. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Anne, is it Anne that brought the sparkling?
It was either Anne or Beth, one of the two.
Yeah. So one of the ladies had some sparkly juice, but I really do like to have some champagne. And instead of the brut, which I usually get, which is dry and stuff, he likes sweet stuff. So I got the cuvee or whatever it was, but the sweet.
Which was quite good. I got
Yeah.
to say that.
So
Yeah,
a little sparkle.
a little sparkly.
You made a killing
I did.
on the new game we learned.
Yeah, so Lou plays this game called CeeLo, which is a dice game. Fairly easy rules. Basically, you have 3 6-sided dice, and you roll. And if you get a 1, 2, 3, you're automatically out. If you get a 4, 5, 6, you automatically win, unless. And then if you don't do any of those, you go by. Well,
pairs.
we went by pairs. You could either go pairs or the single, but we went by pairs. So it's basically whoever gets the highest pair wins, unless there's a tie. If there's a tie, then so it's $1 in per round.
Yep.
And let's say I'm here, Lou's here, she's here. If we tie, we each put another $1 in and then roll again. If Lou wants to get back in it, he puts in $2 and then he's back in the rotation. And then it's until either one gets a higher pair or a 3 of a kind or a 1, 2, 3 to be out or a 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
So simple rules. Very addictive game. Jesus Christ. Especially that once Lou came back and we started playing again, that got very kind of intense very quickly. Because Lou was already out at that point. He had already put in his whatever and he was done. So it was basically between me and Robert.
Yeah.
And he was getting down on funds. And I was just trying to get it
going.
Clean them out so we could go because it was already like 9 o'clock. No, it was after midnight. We'd already done the cheers. So it was like 12:30, quarter to 1. And I'm just trying to win him down. And it's kind of like, I just about had, he has like $2 left, but then he wins again. It's like, God damn. And then,
that was funny. That was like 4 or 5 times guys went through that.
Oh, easily.
At least.
Yeah. But in the end, I did walk out victorious. I think I put $7 in, and I walked out with what, like 44,
3,
something like that.
Yeah.
So that, but we decided next year because we'll probably go back there next year, and I think we decided next year just to have some fun and make it a little bit more difficult. I don't know why we decided that.
You decided that
to do 10-sided die. Just to like change things up a little bit.
I think I'll just be watching again.
Yeah.
I'll let you guys do all the math.
Yeah.
I just watch and throw $1 at you if you need one, so keep going. But
you would have to help watch and help count and make sure that we're all on board.
Make sure you're all honest.
Yes. You have to keep us all honest. But yeah, that's how we rounded up the night. Or rounded up the year.
Gosh, we didn't even leave there till like 2:30 something.
Something
right?
like that. Yeah, because we started talking.
Some more.
Started talking music.
Oh, that's right.
And, and then Lou showed us his very impressive cassette collection, which is pretty damn impressive.
Sweet.
And
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
It was a nice. He does not live very far from you.
And he lives literally
to not visit.
Could be walking distance.
In the summer, it could be easily.
Yeah. So I apologize, Lou, for not coming earlier. I
already spanked him and made him pay for it.
It's okay. She did.
And if you believe that, I have some real cheap real estate
some lakeside property in Arizona to sell you. Oceanfront property in Arizona. Yeah,
that doesn't exist.
That's exactly. Anyway, yeah.
Thank you, Lou. That was a very fun.
Yeah, that was an awesome night. And if we get enough money, we're going to buy your house.
Oh,
because it's awesome.
Yeah, we really like your house. That's a cute little house. Yeah. If you're ever going to sell your house, let us know.
Yeah.
But that is a really cute house. But yeah, that was really fun. That was fun to meet some new people and.
Yeah. I mean, Trent was there for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
But I mean, we got there a little bit later than I think we wanted to, but.
Yeah.
But yeah, Trent was there for a little bit, and Justin and his dog were hanging out, and yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. There was another fella there too. What was his name?
Oh, yeah, Nick's friend, the guy in the sling.
Yeah. Oh, golly, I don't remember his name. I don't even know if I even knew it actually. He would just kind of appear.
Yeah, he would disappear for long periods and then just kind of reappear.
Pizza, disappear, appear. Yeah, like all of a sudden he's on the couch. Like he's kind of sneaky little thing.
He's very sneaky.
Yeah. He was nice though.
Yeah, he seemed nice enough. Yeah. Yeah. So that'll become our new New Year's tradition.
Yay.
To go to Lou's place and hang out and potentially lose a crap load of money.
Oh well, that's life is short. You would have lost just as much at the casino.
Oh, I probably would have lost more at the
give or
casino.
take. So yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
Yeah, glad we finally went. Thank you for yeah.
Being a naggy nag and bossing you around.
Sometimes your bossing does pay off.
Short bossy women.
Yeah, so that was the year.
Which went really freaking
Which
fast.
went really, really quick. Oh my god.
They always
Especially the
say
last
that-
like 3
yeah.
months. Just
Oh, I
went by that.
know.
It was
It's
insane.
Like, oh, I remember it being August.
And next
then I
thing you
remember
know,
being
it's Halloween, and then it's Christmas.
Yeah, I vaguely remember Thanksgiving in there. And yeah, and then it's Christmas, and then boom, now we're here.
And now we're here.
Holy crap.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, all right.